I'm 17 and my girlfriend is 23 and she's pregnant, but I still have to pay child support if I leave? Before I respond, you'll need to clarify because you seem slightly mathematically challenged. Here's another question from you. I am 15 and my girlfriend is 12. What can I buy her for Christmas? So I'd like to get clarification as to whether you are 17 or 15 and whether your girlfriend is 23 or 12, or whether you just might possibly be insincere. What is up, my aesthetic boys? It's Fresh back with another episode of r/QuitYourBS. In today's video, we take a look at some karma farmers, an MLM pushing Facebook mom, and a Bitcoin advocate. Immigrant family newly arrived in Germany. Boy in yellow shirt will go on to invent the COVID vaccine. Yeah, look at that. Yellow shirt and all. Yeah, this is totally false. Completely fake. People just randomly post this for karma, or they saw it once and believed it. It's kind of crazy. Honestly, this has been a popular formula for karma farming on Reddit. You take a random picture like this, fairly nondescript, put a very specific yet entirely unsubstantiated and unsourced caption on it, and post it to one of the largest subreddits like r/pics, and even though it looks like this lie was caught pretty early on, they even got 2 awards for it. My 3-year-old son was wearing a Beatles shirt at a playgroup when another mom came up and asked condescendingly, "Do you even know who the Beatles are?" He replied, yeah, John Lennon, George Harrison, Ringo Starr, and Paul McCartney. Zing! Oh, sure, right. The adult mocked your toddler. I think it's actually possible that this happened, but certainly without any derogatory tone. I mean, what kind of parent is gatekeeping a band from a 3-year-old? Hell, at that age, I think a parent might assume that the child's parents are the ones that are fans of the Beatles. But hey, they said zing at the end, so it must be true. You're not allowed to say zing at the end unless it's true. I just saved up enough money for the past couple months, and I was able to get the kids a PlayStation 4 Slim. Their father's been gone, so I've had to work 2 jobs, so I'm so excited. That's dope, if only it weren't a lie. Gee, I wonder why OP deleted all of his old posts talking about the PS4 games he's been playing for months. Well, he got 2,500 karma, so hopefully he thinks it's a good sacrifice. Just made a simple room. Can I get any awards? I'm a 14-year-old new artist who's still trying to figure out Blender. This is my first big render, obviously, on Cycles. Well, I'll be the first to say I don't know about Blender, but that is a dope render right there. It looks sick to my untrained eye. Wait, this is your first big render, and you're still figuring out Blender? How come you uploaded this other high quality, far more complex, good cloth simulated room render 3 days ago? Honestly, if you're karma farming, you should probably go to a bigger subreddit than r/Blender. I mean, I guess I glossed over it, but he genuinely did ask for awards in the title. Redditors truly have nothing but the audacity. Not many people know, but Daily Dose of Internet is British. No, I'm not. Nigeria is 99.9% ethnic Nigerians and is the most successful country in the continent. Homogeneous countries are almost always successful. Yeah, there's no such thing as ethnic Nigerians. Nigerian is a nationality. There are over 200 ethnic groups in Nigeria, and not only is this definitely the case, but it's super easy to find this out. You can literally Google 2 words, ethnic Nigerian, and not only will it give you a list of Nigerian ethnicities, but the first line of the Wikipedia page says that Nigerian refers to a citizenship-based civic nationality. Defund the United States Postal Service. I don't need my tax dollars being used to fund such a poorly run service. Private carriers are more than enough, and it's not like USPS is significantly cheaper or anything. Well, actually, the USPS made $77 billion this year. We don't use your tax dollars. To the contrary, its 600K employee paychecks are taxed from USPS revenue, thereby contributing to government funding. Also, private carriers are not more than enough. UPS, FedEx, and Amazon pay us to deliver packages that either aren't profitable for them or that they can't handle. We also rely on them for logistics. Having an every-door, everyday government entity in congruence with our private partners really works out well for everyone. And here's another fun fact about the United States Postal Service. It is by law required not to lose money on package delivery, and I didn't actually know this. It legally differentiates between institutional services like first-class mail, which the USPS has monopoly in, and competitive services like package delivery, which it competes with private companies in. The USPS is required by law to price their competitive services at a level that covers their causal costs for those competitive services. Regulatory filings from the United States Postal Service also fail to indicate that any company like Amazon or UPS could be taking advantage of them in some unfair way. My dad accidentally bought me a box of hentai thinking it was anime. There's 55 DVDs. Merry Christmas, I guess. Man, these dads need to stop making the same mistake every year. Jeez, this is the true pandemic going on in the United States. Too many fathers accidentally buying boxes of animated porn thinking it was anime. And somehow, every year, it's the same box. Hi, I've seen the PlayStation 5 on eBay. Can it be collected? Hi there, it is still available and brand new. Reason as to why I requested to message via WhatsApp is because I am only accepting bank transfers payment to ensure both of us are covered, as there are too many scammers on eBay. Also, for obvious reasons, coronavirus, I cannot offer collection. Wait, there's no protection for a buyer with bank transfer. Cash is king. How can you get scammed if you get cash in hand? I'll do you a bank transfer if I can collect it. So what? This was a quality attempt at scamming people out of their money then? LOL. Did any morons fall for it or what? Hey, what up, scammer? Did anyone actually fall for your Nope, shame. The family pic on WhatsApp was a nice touch, though. They admitted that that's what they were trying to do, and they also fortunately told us that it has not worked. And the greatest gift of all is that whoever posted it on Reddit made sure to circle the scammer's last message to make sure that we saw it. That feeling when you come out of Lush to a clapping audience because I spent so much money. Queue early and get freezing cold like us? I'll take what I want. Like the woman in Lush said, I don't care if none of them outside get any. You've queued for 2 hours. Price was before the 50% was knocked off, but still, that's a lot of makeup. I cannot believe that people still say, and they all clapped unironically. Even if I think that telling Facebook that you bought $50,000 in makeup is a very weird flex, can't you come up with any other way to flex that without saying that you got a standing ovation for it? Do you have a Bitcoin wallet? Because I can help you mine 1.5 Bitcoin every 3 weeks with XML claim on your mobile or PC. Ask me how? Wait, you think someone can mine 1.5 Bitcoin in 3 weeks on their phone? Definitely. DM me for more info. No, I'm just curious. If you can mine 1.5 Bitcoin in 3 weeks on a phone, why not just mine with the one that you have, then buy 8 more phones every 3 weeks to mine more? In about 2 months, you'll be making more than $200,000 instead of begging people to DM you. This lesson was free. If you need to know more, just DM me. When I was in high school, we went to a military Air Force base. They let us climb in an F-4 and the pilot would ask us how it feels sitting in a fighter jet. Then, I started to flip switches as he watched. He asked me if I'd ever flown before. I said, no. Why? And he said, because you just did everything right to get this jet off the ground. I said, this is the first time I ever got into a jet. Well, I think somebody might have been watching too many action movies. Honestly, I just watched Wonder Woman 1984 over the weekend, and besides being relatively disappointed, I was a little confused at the ease with which Chris Pine operated a modern fighter jet. I mean, he was a World War I pilot. What's up with that? First they ignore you, then they laugh at you, but eventually, they will join you. A text I just got from one of my economics professors. Hashtag Bitcoin Baylor. This is Dr. Gold Redacted. Do you remember when you came into office hours a couple of years ago asking about Bitcoin? I apologize for calling you crazy, as you seem to be right. I bought some today. Wait, if the student came to ask his professor about Bitcoin, implying that he didn't have much knowledge, why would the professor be calling him crazy? And also, remember that buying crypto right now is basically gambling. It can't be considered even close to a safe investment. Sure, in December of 2020, it's peaked at like $28,000, but a year ago, it was at $6,000, and a year before that, it was at $3,000, and the year before that, December 2017, $20,000. It's volatile, it's dangerous, and it's highly, highly susceptible to manipulation. It's fun to mess around with, sure, but fake text conversations should not be encouraging you to heavily invest in anything. This morning, she looked at me and said, one day, I'm gonna be a mama like you, staying home with my babies, selling coffee, and helping people. my sweet girl. And it's a picture of her daughter and then two other things that are suspiciously not her daughter, because on the one hand, it's super normal for kids to want to do what their parents do, nothing wrong with that, but on the other hand, this is definitely an MLM ad. A lot of these multi-level marketing schemes absolutely prey on new mothers and stay-at-home parents with children, and I don't want to see any comments saying, oh, it's just sales, you too can be successful if you're good at it, because according to an AARP study from 2 years ago, 73% of those involved in MLMs either make no money or lose money, and that's forgetting those who don't earn nearly enough to be competitively compensated for their work. These companies sell a dream, not a job, and that dream almost certainly won't be yours just by hosting Tupperware parties or messaging your old high school class on Facebook. There's a reason why lawsuits continue to be brought against companies like Unique, Advocare, and Herbalife, and why MLMs have paid hundreds of millions of dollars in FTC fines over the last decade alone due to either misleading investors or operating as pyramid schemes. Sure, joining an MLM will let you stay home with your babies, but it'll likely cost you money to do so.